I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight agent training expert here in Southern California. This topic comes from my 30 plus years of business, sales, and freight moving success. Watch, learn, and apply it. You'll move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. And call me at 626-309-9141 with any questions. Now explode your business with...
Guys, hello and welcome to my Tuesday training call. I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight sales training expert. Today, I'll show you how to move more freight efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly so you make more money financially. And after the call today, go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, to hear more of my podcasts, read more of my blog posts, watch more of my videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. And if you have any questions today, any questions regardless of what it is, or specifically, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training? Then give me a call, Ted Keys. I'm at 626-309-9141. Today's training topic is how you keep freight sales simple. How you keep freight sales simple. So for those of you that are on my Gmail contact list for my Tuesday training call today, and you've gotten one of several invites to get on the call, just scroll down to any, or just open any one of those emails, scroll down to the bottom, and we're going to talk about the attachments that I provided there free of charge. Again, those attachments are free when you get on my Gmail contact list, but today we're going to talk about how you keep freight sales simple. How you keep freight sales simple. Freight sales can be simple, but I'm not saying that by doing this process it will be simple. Freight sales is challenging, just like every other freight sales profession there is out there. But I'm going to talk about how you keep it simple, and how you keep it simple by the words that you use. Now, I'm not talking about using low-level words like well, or hey Joe, I'm just checking in today. I'm talking about the words that you use where you remain authentic. You're not using these highfalutin, big buzzword words, this typical freight jargon. I'm going to talk about being yourself today and using the words that follow up or that follow in being yourself as you connect with more and more freight prospects. So again, how you keep freight sales simple. How you keep freight sales simple. And let me just say this let me just start by saying big words, freight jargon, buzzwords, they often make you sound foolish, believe it or not, especially when you make that first call. No shipping decision maker is going to be expecting a freight agent to get on the phone with them and spout off all these big words that they know, especially when you don't know their meaning, okay? Just put yourself in that position. Somebody calls you and they start spouting off all these big words. I mean, what do you talk that way? And the thing is, you have to decide, boy, this guy, he sounds too intelligent for me. Do I want to keep building a relationship with this guy? Even when you do use big words, okay, your message can easily be lost when your freight prospect doesn't know what you're saying. So don't use terms and jargon that most freight prospects don't and won't understand. Here's my main point, and I'm going to stress this throughout my call today. Always keep it simple. However, always keep it simple with high energy words. It's those high energy words and keeping it simple that your freight prospect is going to be attracted to. So like I said, no 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 well. That's not keeping it simple, okay? It's keeping it simple, but it's keeping it simple with low-level words. And again, that is not what your freight prospect is going to enjoy hearing from you. Also, hey, Joe, I'm just checking in. Yeah, you're keeping it simple with low-level words. That is not what I'm talking about today. Just be yourself, and be high energy, just like I'm doing here. I'm not, giving you any of these highfalutin words that you don't understand. I mean, and there's a lot of words that are contained in the freight industry. Be yourself, be authentic. I'm going to talk about 3 points today. 3 points today as you connect with your prospects while keeping it simple. My first point is this. Most times you sound smart, you make a fool of yourself. Most times when you attempt to be smart, you make a fool of yourself. It's far better to come across, as I talked about early, as being authentic rather than being smart. That's point number one. At times when you attempt to be smart, you make a fool of yourself. And here's why. Most individuals, most of this world, they don't talk as if they're smart. That's just the way it is. Unfortunately, technology today is making us dumber and dumber and dumber, believe it or not. I'm talking about being authentic by keeping it simple. So most times you sound smart, you're going to sound like a fool. Why? Because, just think about it. Think about all the texts that you get. How many words are misspelled? So don't go in, don't go calling a freight prospect with these high energy, big, freight jargon buzzwords, because they just won't understand what you're talking about. So point number one, most times that you sound smart, you're only going to make a fool of yourself. Again, be authentic, be yourself, keep it simple. Point number two, unless you're 100% sure of the meaning of a word or freight jargon or buzzwords, don't say them. Don't say them, okay? Let me say that again. Unless you're 100% sure of the meaning of a word or freight jargon or some buzzword, then don't say them. What do I mean by that? Well, you may think using big words makes you sound smart, or freight jargon, buzzwords make you appear more intelligent. The reality is they make you look foolish when you don't have command of them. They make you look foolish when you don't have command of them. What do I mean by that? Hey, you may have all these big freight jargon words or buzzwords that you have, piled up in your notes, that you're taking into an appointment, or that you're calling a freight prospect. But if you don't have command of them, such as LTL, you throw LTL out there. If you don't know what LTL is, that means that you don't have command of it. You're going to be found out real quickly. FTL, full trailer load. LTL, less than truckload. If you know these words, then have command of them and speak accordingly in your conversations. So that's point number two. Point number two, again, is unless you're 100% sure of the meaning of a word or any type of freight jargon or buzzwords, then don't say them. That's point number two. Point number three is this. Use small words. Believe it or not, use small words to make your big points. Point number three, again, is use small words to make your big points. Again, I'll say it again. Most of society talks with small words. Small words. Most of society does not talk like a college professor, a university professor, a professor that teaches master's classes. Most of society is like you and me. They talk with small words. However, I'll say it again. When you talk with small words, throw some energy into the words as you use them. So use small words to make your big points. Even if you know the proper meaning and use of big words, freight jargon, buzzwords, do your freight prospects know what you're talking about? Think about it. As I said it again, most of us talk like most of the world. So if you're going to throw these big words out there, do your freight prospects even know what you're talking about? There's nothing worse than not getting your message across, okay? And when you're attempting to use these big words and not being authentic, all right? If freight prospects don't understand your message, then really what's your point in attempting to say it? Prospects resent the feeling of being talked down to or by those who deem themselves to be intellectually superior. Freight prospects will relate to those that are on their level. And I talk about this in my Freight Sales Success Guide when I talk about the different personality types. If you ask a series of questions and you realize that you're talking to a koala, okay, then gear your questioning toward that of a koala, or of a lion like me. Gear your questioning toward that of a lion, or an owl, okay? Gear your questioning after you ask questions toward those personality types. Act as if you'll continue building a relationship with every single prospect that you talk to. If you go into a call and not realize first of all who you're talking to, okay, and assuming that they know what you're talking about, what's that going to do for you over time? All right. If you start out with big words, your freight prospect will expect those big words from you. Is that how you want to continue? I mean, really think about it. Is that how you want to continue? You start off with these big words, but you have the big words to follow up in the next call, all right? Because that's what your freight prospect is going to be expecting from you, these big, highfalutin buzzwords, if they even continue to speak to you. So let me just mention those 3 points again. Point number 1 is this. Most times you sound smart, you make a fool of yourself, all right? Unless you're, point number 2, unless you're 100% sure of the meaning of a word or freight jargon or certain buzzwords, then don't say them. Point number 3, use small words to make your big points. Use small words to make your big points. I'll just go back as I said in the beginning, be yourself. Be authentic, just like I am right now, okay? Just act as you normally would act, because when you call your freight prospect again and they remember you and they remember you over time, that's what they're going to expect from you. That happy freight agent that knows his stuff and uses high energy words. Just to wrap this up, let me make 2 points. To wrap this up, let me make 2 points. The first point is this: choose your words carefully when you're communicating with others. Again, to wrap this up, point number 1, choose your words carefully when you're communicating with others. Point number 2, aim for authenticity and understanding rather than showing off of how smart you are, okay? And as a result of not connecting with your audience, or worse, looking foolish to them. Those are the 2 main points that I have in wrapping this up. Again, choose your words carefully when you're communicating with others, and aim for authenticity and understanding rather than showing off. Great topic for today. Again, how you keep freight sales simple. How you keep freight sales simple. This is not going to make freight sales easier. It keeps it simple in the connecting process between you and your prospect. Great topic today. Thank you for joining me again on my Tuesday training call. I will be again here next week, same time on my Tuesday training call, 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time on my Tuesday training call. Take care. God bless. I'll see you all again next week on my Tuesday training call. Bye-bye. When you arrive at my Freight Sales Success Store today, you'll see a host of products available there for purchase. First one you'll see available is my flagship product. That is my Freight Sales Success Guide, typically for beginner and struggling freight agents. If you're searching for that daily motivation to set goals, to achieve them, to pick up the phone daily and connect and build relationships with the marketplace, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Quotes. And if you're searching for those specific skills, and there are many skills, many individual skills required to be successful in this profession, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Skill. I highly recommend each one of these products, available for purchase today in my Freight Sales Success Store. Do you have any questions again? Do you have any questions about today's call? Or more importantly, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training, then give me, Ted Keys, a call. I'm at 626-309-9141. Great topic for today. Take these skills, apply them. You'll be amazed at what happens to your results.